You have successfully joined the webcast. Please stand by. The meeting will begin shortly. You have successfully joined the webcast. Please stand by. The meeting will begin shortly. You have successfully joined the webcast. Please stand by. The meeting will begin shortly. You have successfully joined the webcast. Please stand by. The meeting will begin shortly. You have successfully joined the webcast. Please stand by. The meeting will begin shortly. You have successfully joined the webcast. Please stand by. The meeting will begin shortly.
Drink it a little more.
What I was gonna
No
do.
reason to, have numbers for
Okay,
all the silly stuff we want.
welcome to the Village of Wappers Falls second monthly meeting of the Mayor and the Board of Trustees. Today's Wednesday, October 29th. Please stand for the pledge.
You know, to find out how much you paid.
Let the allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Did you call him?
Roll call. Mayor Huber,
Present.
Trustee McCormick,
Running late.
absent. Trustee Chimento,
Here.
Trustee Marshall, absent. Trustee Marsh,
Here.
Trustee Vanka,
Yeah.
Trustee Smith,
Here.
Village Attorney Lindars.
Here.
Authorization to pay bills as per approved warrants.
We get a motion?
I'll make the motion with one exception, with two exceptions.
All right. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Regular session, discussion about the fire on Dutchess Avenue took place April 4th, or July 4th this year. Trustee Vanka.
We're still waiting for the fire reports so we can get those buildings taken down. Apparently, the report's not done yet. But I know a lot of residents in my neighborhood are concerned about it. But the building inspector checked with the fire again today, and the report is not ready to be released.
I got something on that too. I've had contractors contacting me that their insurance company, the insurance company of both of them, been contacting them and they're just getting info, so the ball is moving.
Oh, good,
on that,
okay, thank
so.
you. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Each year, the MS4 Consortium, Dutchess County Consortium, has asked each of the 14 municipalities in the watershed to provide 2 names of people that would be allowed to vote at their monthly meetings. Traditionally, it was me for 20 years. Then we turned it over to the Highway Department to be the primary. So, and Todd Atkinson is the village engineer who also attends those meetings. So we need a motion to have Joe Nicholas as a primary and Todd Atkinson as an alternate.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thank you.
Discussion update PERMA program agreement. Attorney Lindars.
So, this was sent to me, but John, I think you actually sent it to me. I want it on the agenda just because I don't know if the board has seen it, knows about it. It's new to me, I haven't seen it either, so this is the first that we've seen it. It's asking for it to be renewed. It's a contractual relationship, so if there are specific legal questions as to it, I can discuss those in an executive session for legal advice on those aspects. But if the board is okay with it and is familiar with it, then we can have it set for a resolution for next meeting. But it did come in, and so I just wanted to present it to the board, that's all.
So you want me to put that on for November?
Yeah, could you please?
Okay, monthly updates, finance, Treasurer Henson.
Good evening, board.
Good evening.
Oh, now you broke it.
Now I'm breaking things. So the board should have my financial statement through the month of September. Balances for most operating accounts are fine. This month, I did want to come with a proposal from a payroll processing company. So I've been in discussions with Paychex to have a third party process our payroll. With that proposal, they would also take care of all of our employer liabilities for payroll. So that's paying New York State payroll taxes, federal payroll taxes. There is a mechanism for them to pay all third parties, union dues, retirement contributions, those kinds of things. Would be a huge help to myself. It's a huge burden each week to do a weekly payroll and then satisfy all of those liabilities. It also is one weekly debit from our bank account instead of 7 or more, right? Between payroll itself, the individual employer liabilities, retirement contribution, and so on and so forth. So each of the members should have a copy of this in front of you. You know, I've talked to a couple of you about it. I know everybody asks me about cost. The weekly cost would be somewhere on the order of $300.
How much did you say? I'm sorry.
$300 weekly. There are one-time setup costs of $300, which the rep has generously offered to waive. There are monthly fees of $400 for them to do our monthly employer liabilities, the payroll taxes, those kinds of things. And then on an annual basis, there's a fee for W-2s, which they've offered to also waive in the first year. So I think that it would be a huge help to myself. It would also be a huge help to the village to share the liability when it comes to third-party payments. Right, as I've stated previously, the village has been underwater for a few different quarters when it comes to payroll taxes, liabilities, things like that. So with this third party, we would be sharing that liability. If payroll taxes are underpaid or not paid at all, they pay the penalty for it. They pay the fees. They pay the, right? They pay the interest. So it doesn't fall squarely on us where we then have to scrape together additional dollars on top of our payroll tax liability. In addition to that, I think it offers a much more palatable platform. I'll tell you, one of the things I've struggled with the most in my time here, my short time here, has been the MCSJ product. It's complicated, it's complex. There's probably, I mean, they offered a week's worth of training in Raleigh for $4,500. Anytime you need to pay $5,000 to train somebody in a product, you charge them $15,000 a year for, you probably got a problem. So I think that the Paychex solution offers a much more economical, easily used solution.
I just have one question.
Sure.
When we spoke to the rep, they also mentioned HR. Would HR be included for the same price, or is that extra?
HR would be included for the same price. However, their HR services are multi-level. So depending on what HR we would be looking for, if we're looking for anything more than compliance training and general tracking of our employees' anniversary dates, birth dates, and dates of departure, we could be looking at additional costs. But the costs listed here essentially cover those items.
Okay, thank you.
I just have, in your opinion, what do you think? Do you think we would need anything else besides a base level, or do you think you couldn't say?
It's hard to
That's
determine.
okay. That's yeah.
We could always add a higher level if we needed to.
We could always add a higher level. We could also look to leverage those services from a different third party. We don't have to use Paychex for everything. We don't have to use Paychex for the HR portion of it at all. It's just
They would do our W-2s for us, so that's one.
they would do W-2s, they would do our 1099s, they would do any statutory reporting required to file those with the federal government.
Okay.
And they would be liable for any mistakes made.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So that was first and foremost and top of mind. The next is some bank balance transfers. So when I took this role, I promised full disclosure. I promised you that I wasn't going to run wild and do things without approval of the board. So the time has come for me to ask permission to move some funds around. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the way that we collect utility payments, but all utility payments go into a utility clearing account. So they aren't immediately applied to our water fund, our sewer fund, and our garbage fund. Instead, they are deposited into a central account and then dispersed out. So I'm asking the board for permission for the months of August and September to transfer from our utility clearing account, which if you're looking at the day balances here, is going to be that one 4 up from the bottom that says utility clearing account. Looking for $257,958 from the UCC to the water account.
How much is that again?
$257,958. Looking for permissions on a transfer from the UCC to the sewer account in the amount of $277,616. And looking for permission to move monies in the amount of $92,901 from the universal clearing account to the garbage account. So total transfers would be $628,475 from that balance which you see before you.
I don't see a balance. I see zeros.
No, it's on the other. There's no.
Oh, okay.
So on the M&T statement?
I'm looking at the wrong one? Okay, gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
John, I'll make all this available to you.
Huh?
I'll make all the backup available to you.
Yeah.
Greg, they are the amounts that were collected for.
Those are the amounts collected during those months, verified by by Heather, the clerk.
Okay. So you're just taking the money and putting it in.
Into the proper fund. So it all goes into a central fund first.
Right.
And so this is that secondary disbursement. And
Okay.
that disbursement's based on the amounts collected.
Okay.
So do we have to approve that now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Somebody have to make a motion or whatever?
So can we get a motion to move monies from the old, utility clearing account, water and garbage? Am I correct on that?
Water,
Garbage.
water, sewer, and garbage.
I'm sorry.
Just as a question, real quick, what is the what is the point of movement?
So
So
the
I-
monies cannot be spent from the utility clearing account. No transactions are to take place from that, no outflow transactions or checks are written.
Or you can put them in designated?
I can put them into the designated funds where the funds can then be expended.
Okay.
I'll make the motion to do the transfers.
Is there a second?
I'll
Second.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Then, on that same note, there were funds that have been expended from the general fund during my time here to cover water, sewer, and garbage fund expenses. So I'm looking for reimbursement from those funds for the funds expended. So from the water,
What we just transferred or from what's left?
from what would be left in each individual fund, not in the utility clearing account.
Okay.
So each of the transfers that I requested of the board just now would add to the individual balances in each of the sewer, water, and RGD accounts you see listed
Okay.
here. And we're talking M&T right now. The other institutions have reserve and capital funds. M&T is our operating institution. So you'll see the sewer fund here in the M&T statement has a current balance of $334,439.34.
Yep.
I'm looking for a transfer from that sewer fund of $250,474.
To where?
That's back to our general savings account. That is the holder of all of our general fund dollars.
Okay.
And that is for bills paid by the general fund on behalf of the sewer fund.
All right. So basically making us whole then.
Exactly. Making the general fund. In addition to the sewer fund monies of $250,474, water funds in the amount of $225,123, and garbage funds in the amount of $150,775.
These transfers that you're doing, how often throughout the year do you think we'll be doing them? Every month?
I'd like to do them monthly, as I have the transfers on a monthly basis from the utility clerks.
Okay.
If the board deems it necessary to do it more infrequently or more frequently,
I want to know how you want to do it, so we're all prepared to keep doing this every month.
I would like to do it on a monthly basis. I'd like to make this part of my standard fare for my monthly workshop.
Which means the money will always be there and the bills will always get paid.
Correct. And there should always be that you'll also be able to track the activity throughout the month, right? I pay bills from the general fund, I make transfers from the associated funds back to the
General fund.
And the good thing about doing this is that we know the monies that are supposed to go to water employees are going to come from the water and not the general fund, and we're not going to lose track of them throughout the year, the way I take it.
Exactly. And that's not just the employee expenses, right?
Expenses.
All of the expenses, right? So expenses that we pay on behalf of other contractors,
Yes.
expenses that we, so.
The engineering costs, everything, yeah.
Exactly. So can I,
Yeah.
are you guys gonna give me a vote on that?
Yeah. What's the number again? Or, you want it?
Total number for that? Give me one moment, sorry, sum it up.
Yeah, sum it up. We get a motion on what Greg's about to say.
I'll make the motion.
Hang on
I'll
a second.
second the motion.
Hang on one second.
I'm gonna make a motion, whatever comes out of it.
I just don't want to repeat it and screw it up.
We need no blank checks.
I need a car, Greg.
So that would be total transfers in the amount of $626,372. As specified, $225,123 from the water fund, $250,474 from the sewer fund, $150,775 from the garbage fund, back to the general fund to cover expenditures made to date.
Okay, can we get a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Yeah.
All in favor? Opposed?
Now, just moving forward, historically, what we would call that is housekeeping. And it's good to do it the way we've done it in the past, where you tell me what it is, and I'll put it in the form of a motion on the agenda. That way, I have a record, and I put it into the minutes the way you give it to me.
Excellent.
we can do that.
Yeah,
So
certainly.
you give it to me in advance, a day or so before the meeting. It's housekeeping. Those that have been on the board for a while know that.
Yep.
And it works well, and we have documentation.
Yeah, typically I would request just, if you do it as a transfer of funds resolution, and any of the transfers that you're doing, any of the moving of the money, this way, it's clearly laid out how much, what account, where it went, and you can prepare it and just present it, and then the board can vote on it.
Excellent. I can do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So that's essentially all I have. Good news. Good news is we seem to be caught up, or fairly caught up on bills. We're not getting late notices. I'm not getting phone calls from contractors looking for additional payments. In secondary good news, in the short term here, I'll be bringing a bond resolution to the board in furtherance of our green sand filter project. We're told that that's one of the next things that we need in order to move that project forward. Any other questions, concerns for me?
I would like to put, if we could, I'd want to put that paychecks on the agenda for November. That way it gives us a couple weeks to just overlook it and talk about it. But that way we can move forward on it if it's something the board decides to go on, just so it's on the agenda and we're not.
Can I ask that the board be ready to make a decision one way or the other at that November 12th meeting?
I would like to talk to the board about that and the process about that.
Can we also earmark that November 12th meeting for the ClearGov discussion?
Can we talk about all of that with you, Ian?
Yeah.
Both of those, we'll talk about it and then it's on the agenda, If not, then-
We can get back to you before,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
after tonight.
I mean, I'm not going
Find
anywhere.
out tomorrow.
I'll be here.
Yeah, after we get the ins and outs from the attorney, what we need to do.
Thank you for your update.
Any other questions, concerns? Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Police Commissioner Fisher.
All right, for the month of September, the police department handled 390 total service calls, 10 arrests, 81 traffic tickets, 5 parking, 2 larcenies, 1 drug complaint, 18 motor vehicle accidents, 9 domestics, 20 burglary holdups, 3 calls to assist another agency, 8 other disputes or fights, 0 use of force incidents, and 243 other calls for service. The breakdown, I gave you all the breakdown. You have it by service tour and also by the tickets per tour if you want to review that. Does anyone have any questions about the stats?
Said a holdup, there was a holdup in the middle.
We had an alarm? Isn't it alarm?
Only burglar alarms or hold up alarms.
Yeah.
You said holdup.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
That's the thing.
You threw me off for a minute. Okay. Topics for discussion I wanted to talk again, we talked about it briefly, was the constables. That's the first issue I wanted to mention. I don't know if the board has any time to speak on that or discuss it. We do have an issue coming up on November 6th where we do not have court security. So we are looking to move forward with hiring that second constable. He was a constable here in the past. Worked out well. So unless anyone has any objection, I'd like to get him on the agenda for the next meeting.
Yeah, I would like to as well, because it's just a matter of what I've been talking to Ian about it, to find out what we have to do to it's basically reinstating him. He already has the application in and all that. I don't know whether we have to redo it. That's,
It wouldn't be a reinstatement, he's over a year.
oh, okay.
I would just, I
But, I mean, you could just rehire.
Yeah, okay.
was gonna say, I'd like to get that from Zuckerman.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Well, we've
like-
we've already done it. It's already a law. We've already passed everything, so we just need to hire somebody.
No, that's what I mean for the
Yeah.
hire.
Yeah, that would be a
Yeah.
resolution from Labor Day.
Yeah, that's what, yeah, that's what. I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah.
Right. Either way, we won't have a second constable for the 6th, so we are going to fill that. We're trying to fill it right now by having an officer come down to work the court on that day.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's important to get that constable hired ASAP, because right now we're looking at possibly paying a patrolman overtime.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Yeah, if there's a way to do it
Yeah.
prior to, then let me know.
yeah,
Either way, then we're gonna try to fill it with an officer.
Now,
Right.
would, he wouldn't have to like certify or anything, right?
yeah.
No. right?
Who?
The constable.
No,
The constable has to, you just have to take him for firearms, correct?
he already did.
Oh, we already did it?
Yeah. When I heard he may be coming back, I sent him to our firearms training.
Well, I knew that you were talking to him about it, but I didn't know that he did.
He's
Okay.
certified for the year.
Okay, thank you.
Received a second call from the bishop at St. Mary's. I know we briefly touched on that, also at the last workshop. He is looking for a school resource officer. The issue with, I did speak to him, he can only afford, and the parish can only afford between $10,000 and $15,000 towards the cost of that school resource officer. So a full-timer there with the hours would be, at the base pay would be around $60,000 without the medical. So I'm trying to work with them, and they're trying to come up with a schedule right now so that we can cut those hours down drastically. So maybe it, might not be on the weekends during church services, anything like that. It might just be a Monday through Friday type thing. But we're still in the process of working on it. I just wanted to let you know. It is still in the works. He is still interested, and they can contribute between 10 and 15 is what they think their max is towards that.
Does the Wappinger Central School District have game in it?
Yeah, I spoke to him about that. He said no, but it would be the entire parish.
Entire parish?
Yeah, so that's why they think they can get the 10 to 15.
All right. I mean, I'm just asking. I'm not-
Yeah,
They did lease that out to Wappingers? I thought I heard that they had
That's
leased
what I
the
thought.
space out to Wappingers.
Yeah.
as far as I know, they
School
do.
district.
That's something that should be, I think, that should be discussed.
That,
And seeing if they can contribute, like, if
took it over.
we go to a board meeting, a school board meeting, and see if that's an issue that we can raise.
Maybe something to raise at the school.
Yeah, I'm
board.
wondering if the
Yeah.
school board would be willing to chip in also,
Sure, they might be able to.
yeah.
Yeah, they get dropped off in their school buses, right?
Yeah,
Aren't they
Yeah.
responsible for educational things for?
they do the education stuff
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, there is some attachment there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a crossover there, so it's, yeah.
It may have been that he was explaining to me that he can't
Right.
basically answer for them. So
Okay.
maybe we can either attend a board meeting or reach out to them directly
Yeah,
All right.
and see if they can contribute.
Reach out to
as well.
Dr. Bunk.
Yeah.
Hiring, we're still need police officers. So I wanted to ask the board if we can get a ad out on Indeed or wherever else you put the ads.
If you send me the information, I can put it out on
I
Indeed.
think we've had some old ones in the past. I don't know if you still have them on file. Otherwise, I can create them.
I have them. I have them all.
Okay, because I haven't seen the new contract, so I don't know what the starting salary is for everyone is yet, but if we can.
Well, that changes, but I can
Yeah.
send you what I have as far as the advertisement
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
concerned.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah, if you
have the
said-
contract, so you can update it, right?
What?
You have the contract for the PBA, so
For
you can
pet, yeah,
update.
yeah. So I can, if
You're
you
gonna
send
need
that to
all
me.
that for the ad. You're gonna
Yeah.
have to put the title, salary range.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just by, just the fact that there's a new contract out, we're gonna be able to attract more
Mhm.
people now.
Okay.
So I'd like to get that out, going as soon as possible.
Got it.
Okay,
I did interview a very good candidate today. He would like to come here. The only issue he has is he is not certified police officer. So he wanted to speak to you again about potentially allowing someone to go to the academy. And he said he is willing to sign that 2-year contract, which the last two had signed, to make sure that he is retained here for 2 years. He is willing to pay for the academy himself. Obviously, just if he's sponsored by us, he's on the books, he's working here, so you'd have to pay him while he's at the academy. So
The
How much-
second half.
you have to be sponsored for phase 2, correct?
Right.
But like the other two, if we're, I believe you had the resolution prior to, and you basically sponsor them for the full academy. So I believe, unless I'm wrong, you paid for the entire academy, not just phase 2.
Do you know what that amount would cost us for him to be at the academy?
Well, it's whatever the new salary is, 40 hours a week, for, it's around almost 5 months. But again, he is a legacy here. His father was an employee here as a police officer. Very intelligent guy. I think he'd be a very good fit. It's just a matter of whether or not we can, whether or not you decide if you want to sponsor someone at the academy again. There are academies coming up. There's one ending right now in Rockland. I believe it ends at the end of this year. So we just need to know probably in the next month or so, maybe by the, not this coming meeting, but certainly by the one after that.
December?
Yeah. I just wanted to mention, we are having, we had a few car break-ins over near West Main and some off side streets. So just as a reminder to everyone out there, to please lock your car doors. And if you see anything suspicious in the area, to please contact us immediately.
Commissioner, were they break-ins or were the doors open and people just rummaged through? Okay.
Yeah,
Nighttime?
yeah, sometime between 2 o'clock and about 3:30. And for the most part, it was just, removing stuff from inside the vehicles because the doors were left open. One thing I don't have on here, I just added. I don't remember if I spoke to you about it or not, so I wanted to mention it, and I hope I don't ruin your good feelings about your budget. I just received a bill from Axon, who is our body cameras. We are delinquent for the years of 2023 and 2024. Bills were never paid.
They were never sent in though?
We're under a 5-year contract with them. It's a contractual thing. They have to be paid every year. So for those 2 years, we owe $14,203.01. And in December 15th, we will owe for this current year, which is another $7,101.50. So they were reminding me when I spoke to them that we are under contract and we are currently in violation of that contract. And they would like payment ASAP.
What was that, 23, 24?
From 2023, 2024. Bills were not paid.
Aren't we supposed to?
And then they're not
aren't we
paid
sending
for
them a
25.
separation letter for, it has to go a year in advance?
I'm sorry?
Wasn't there supposed to be a separation agreement in that contract with that? We sent them a letter stating that we will be,
That was for Power DMS, different
Power
program.
DMS, it's
Yeah,
not Axon?
yeah, different. I'm still receiving, emails from them saying we're delinquent, but I understand you did notify them we are now no longer using their services.
Yeah, they've been sent all the information, I'm waiting to hear back.
Okay, so I've just been ignoring them at this point, so,
They haven't contacted me.
okay.
This next bill is for this past
So,
year?
correct,
Forward.
correct. So it's, from 20 to 23, so at the end of 23, we owed for that year.
Okay, so you're paying the past.
Okay, great,
Yes.
get on that, will you?
Yep, so, currently I did forward the invoice for the $14,203, and December 15th, we will be receiving another one for $7,100.
And does this, and you said we were in their 5-year contract with them?
5-year contract.
So we have-
one more year after this.
Okay.
Wasn't there Motorola doing the same thing? Weren't you saying we could get Motorola?
Yeah, Motorola was slightly cheaper, but I also did review the whole contract. I had them send it to me yesterday. Again, I wasn't here. I wasn't the one who set all this up 4 years ago, I guess now. We are paying for 21 licensing agreements. We need 8. So that'll be a huge difference in the price. I have reached out to the sales rep for us, and I'm trying to get that contract amended to
And this is-
reflect that we need 8.
Motorola?
No,
This is Axon.
That's Axon, yeah.
Why would we be paying for 21 cameras?
I don't know.
We don't have to.
We must have had it.
No. I think, actually, I do have probably an explanation after speaking with Sergeant Logue. I think the original way it was set up, it was going to be an access code for each individual officer, so they would each have their own body cam.
Keep track of it.
Correct. We don't do it that way. We do it by, they're signed out now per car. So each officer is signed that camera for the tour. So we don't need 21. We need 8.
Okay.
So if if I get that amended, or if they have any obvious questions, I'll forward the contract to Ian.
Thank you.
and,
This is something we're always gonna need, I would assume.
He will, yeah,
So
as
if-
long as you want body cameras.
Wow.
We have to have body cameras.
So my question is if we were able to amend them to a lower number, see if they would extend the contract out further for us
Mhm.
to maybe make it, entice them to do that, since we're gonna have to have them anyway.
Yeah, we can, and I'm also,
If that makes sense.
7 months ago, I guess it was, I did look into switching over to a Motorola system, same thing. We do have Motorola cameras in the cars, and so the body cameras work hand in hand with those, that system as well. So depending on the price, on what this will be adjusted down to and what Motorola, we may, we are under contract for at least through 2025, through 2026. So after that contract expires, worst case scenario, we may need to consider switching to the Motorola system, depending on price.
Motorola would go the same, we wouldn't have to buy new body cameras, they would be able to. You'd have to buy new body cameras?
Yeah, Axon owns those cameras,
Okay. So we rent them basically from them?
like a lease agreement.
Like a lease agreement, okay.
Is there a reason that you weren't here. I guess, Axon is the gold standard in body cameras, right?
Yeah.
So, I see why we did that. Is there
Yeah.
any other alternative besides Motorola and Axon?
I'm-
Ones that could work with
yeah,
the
nothing that
dash
would
cams?
probably be nothing that would work with it. Even Axon won't integrate with Motorola
right.
cameras in the car.
And Motorola would be the same? We'd be leasing them, or we would have
Yeah.
to make a purchase?
No,
and
I
Okay,
take that back. No, Motorola is different. Motorola, you own the cameras.
you own the
Oh,
cameras?
okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any
The
idea how
problem with
much?
that is if they break, you're responsible for them.
Okay, you have any guesstimate as to what that might cost?
I did, I have it, I'm sure
Yeah,
somewhere. I just
okay.
have to dig through my old files. And I did,
Well, we're not
have that.
changing for another
Yeah.
year or two, so yeah, okay.
yeah. But I'll find that file and dig it out for you.
Okay, thank you.
Good news. We did have all of our officers recently complete the Dutchess County Domestic Violence and LAP program, which was a requirement by Dutchess County. So we are now in compliance with Dutchess County standards. And we just participated in the trunk or treat, which was, I guess, a couple weekends ago now, 1 weekend ago. And we had a couple hundred kids were at the trunk. I just wanted to give a personal thank you to Sue McLean and Jeanette Williams. They did a fantastic job setting it up and taking the lead on that. And we are getting some officers back. We are getting Kevin Ruggiero is returning from injury. Max Ruins is returning from injury. And very soon, I'm told, Detective Weaver will be back from injury. So we should have all the staff back up to date.
On your recreation comment, we also had the police officers help with the parade, and after they walked through the park talking to people.
Yep.
That was nice to see.
I thought it was a very good show.
Yes.
I was happy to see them out there interacting with the
Yes.
community. Yeah.
Okay, has our radar gun been repaired and put back into service?
It's not, no, well, we have multiple ones, but the one you're referring to is not yet. Yeah.
And the flock cameras are up and running?
Well,
Ah,
we have, I don't know if you've noticed, new one is installed on South. That one is up and running. We are still waiting on maintenance on the one on New Hackensack, which is up but not running. The one on West Main is up and running, and the delay on the other two are because of the type of cameras we're getting. They're the tilt pan zoom cameras, solar, and they do not have them in stock right now. So they think into January, beginning of, into December, beginning of January. They hope to have them in. The only alternative, if you wanted them up immediately, is they do have the hardwire system. We would just have to have a location that we can hardwire them in.
Those solar cameras, do they have enough sun?
Yeah, the locations we picked, yeah, we did a full study on that, and they will have plenty of sun at the locations. Or we can look to have them hardwired, but that creates a little more of a problem because they're on a state road. And with a state road, you're going to have to get clearance from DOT.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Highway Water Superintendent Nicholas.
I'm gonna have Tommy and John talk a little bit first about their specifics, and I'll talk about administration things.
Yep, come on up.
Johnny Water.
Don Kozak, water system operator for the Village of Wappingers. I just wrote up a little something real quick. We wrapped up lead and copper samples, and results were actually very good. Thank you to all those residents who participated and contributed in that sampling and helping us. Work on future grant ideas and soon-to-be deadline grants. Hopefully we can lock in our filtration grant for the water treatment facility. Wrapping up on samples for the Department of Health. Ironically, incredibly, the year is coming up to an end. Distribution repairs, a couple of service lines, and the never-ending curb stop repair battle. Thank you to Highway for assisting with us with that, as always. Maintenance fixes and preparations for winter up at the treatment facility. We will be clearing valve boxes for leak detection purposes and emergency uses, especially on the Route 9 area coming up. Some may be at awkward hours. My apologies now for any noise issues along the Route 9 areas. We plan on doing that hopefully this month.
George finally gonna,
Yes, so we can get George in here, but in general, we should always have clean valve boxes.
yes.
But specifically for leak detection for George. Dealing a lot with interior leaks. Please pay attention to toilet leaks, especially. Can't stress that enough. I'd say 95% of interior leaks are your toilet. A simple $5 flapper valve could save you thousands of dollars of water bill. That's when the water in your tank goes into the bowl, and you don't want it to. Bills are due, I believe, November 10th. That's just a reminder. We've been working quite a bit with contractors on redevelopment of commercial and residential vacant properties throughout the village. Unfortunately, not on Dutchess Avenue yet. And also the anniversary of Brick Row will be coming up on Sunday, the 2-year anniversary. That has not been redeveloped yet either. We have been working on an in-house mapping cleanup and updating project. And then other than that, we continue daily routine work and any, God forbid, emergency work. Any questions, complaints, or compliments, 297-3787.
Thank you.
What's everybody doing today?
Good.
How are you?
How are you?
Tom from Highway. We did some help with John with some water digs here and there throughout the village. Here and there, quite a bit of them, actually. Did about 400 feet of concrete sidewalks on Brown Avenue and Prospect Street, blacktop. Pretty much almost paved by ourselves all of Veach and a little bit of Goring with the backblading of the bucket. North Mizzier, a lot of patchwork, Market Street, Dutchess Avenue, a couple other spots throughout, Pell's Place, yada, yada, yada. Parks, it's not too bad out there because it's starting to get cold, so everybody's staying in. But did some trash pickup, fixed a couple paths after Donnie fixed them. It turned out it had a bad rainstorm and some more wash-ups came. Yeah, we fixed. No big deal. It's all good. It's all
Do
fixed.
it again tomorrow. All
Probably.
right, tomorrow.
Yep. Probably again tomorrow. Trimmed some trees back. Picked up a lot of brush. Not so much. Shopping cart's been pretty good in the parks. People have been returning them back to the store, so I'm happy to hear that. You know. And we put a couple of new trash bins out, which I need to get with you because I have them all together now.
Absolutely.
So I have 4 left.
Should, yep.
Yeah.
We're
I'm missing one lid though, so we're gonna have to order a lid. It was shy a lid.
All right, I'll call them. They should send, if it's 6.
No big deal. We'll figure it out.
All right.
Yeah. Some signs. We did some signs over at PD. Help these guys out. They help us out. We help them out. You know how it goes. And then the infamous weight limit signs are up. Put 2 on each side of the East Main, 2 facing each road, so it's very visible when you pull in. Multiple sewer markouts helped John with water. And then our maintenance, sweeper, we've been having issues with our sweeper, but I think we got her narrowed down, a lot of hydraulic issues fixed, backhoe hydraulic clamps fixed. The dump in the shop, we try keeping them both clean and neat, so it looks good when people come over. Push back all our brush, keep our garbage separate, yada, yada, yada. And as of now, salt is all delivered for now. We just got delivered 590 tons. I had 200 in stock from last year, from last season. Total us up to 790 ton. I have 400 more. 400 more in hold up at the salt plant. So if we had to get more, we have it there. But we should have plenty for the season. So we're all ahead of the game on that.
Perfect.
That's it. Any questions?
You forgot something.
What if you have?
The assistant rec doing the event the day before and the day of, and then Monday.
That's October's meeting.
You did all that.
What's that?
You did all that. You assisted.
Yeah, we helped out with.
You and Joe and.
Yeah, yep. The guys helped out with closing the lanes and
Setting up.
help out fence and stuff like that. It's just
Monday?
normal routine.
Yeah.
We call that routine. And our Mondays, and we have our normal routine of trash pickup, and we're still doing brush. The leaf vac is up and running, and we did our main voyage was Tuesday. No problems, no hiccups, and as of today, all the piles were all picked up. So tell everybody to get their piles out. Come on, stop messing around. We're not waiting for them. No, I'm just kidding. Anybody asks through your wards, we will be through the wards multiple times.
Okay.
It's a small village, so we're not like Town Poughkeepsie or Wappingers or Town Poughkeepsie. They only do it twice, each ward twice. We're multiple times. So tell people, don't worry, we'll get to them. We won't leave them behind. If we miss them that day, we'll get them tomorrow.
Sounds
Not a
good.
big deal.
Or they'll end up in my yard.
What's that?
I said, or they'll end up in my yard.
That's where we usually dump them, over by your yard. But yeah, no.
I appreciate it. I need the exercise.
What's that? Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah. There it is.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
So to add on to what Tommy was talking about, our targeted end date for leaf pickup with the leaf vac is Tuesday, the 26th of November, but that depends on Mother Nature and leaf fall. But typically that's where we end it. School Street Lift Station, thanks Greg for the help, so we finally got the parts on order. Targeted to repair that one is November 17th, and we're going to look to get back with a service contract for all of our diesel generators. Fire department has their own separate ones for their two. I'm going to see if we can't make a deal and get all 7 of ours put together for a savings. So leaf pickup has started, and of course asphalt season has ended because it's gotten too cold for matter of fact, Tommy was telling me their last batch of asphalt wasn't real nice.
Okay.
Looks like we're going to be having to close down Reservoir Place a little bit because of that construction of that new building. And since it's a one-way street, we have to look at alternatives for that. We found out that news this morning. Walt, you're giving me a funny look.
Well, I was thinking that the people that use that, it would be common sense for them to drive down and back in or whatever it is. In other words, it should be common sense for them to realize that they've only got one way in and out now.
I'm not arguing. We just found out this morning.
How long?
How long?
I'm not
This is all
sure.
in the air, so yeah, this is
Can I
better
say
guidance.
something? I met with the contractor today. I was at the site. He told me that what he wanted to do in regards to shutting down. I told him that's got to go to the trustees. I had I gave the contractor my email. I told him I need what you want to do, how long you plan it to have it shut down. I said we just can't just do it every now and then. So I asked for a detailed description of what, and hopefully as soon as I get it, I was gonna give it to the
Is he
trustees.
looking for this like 24 hours, 7 days a week, or is this just during
I
construction?
asked him that. I says it's not gonna. It's 24 hours is gonna be hard. That's what he was looking for. I said you might be able to get away with it maybe like 1 or 2 days. I said that's not my purview. That's yours. I couldn't tell you yes or no, but as soon as I get the information, I met with them about 10 o'clock today. Okay, as soon as I get the information, I will let
During the
everybody
day,
know.
I mean, he should have somebody to help people getting in and out the other end if it's a one-way, because you're gonna have people, they should, They should have somebody, a flagman down there if it's gonna be.
Oh, no, that's one of the things I will be requesting, that it's not gonna be the police department or anything, it's gonna have to be somebody on their dime.
Because when it
As long as that place is closed,
Yeah.
okay, someone's gonna be there. If you're doing it overnight, someone's gonna have to stand there overnight.
Okay.
That's one of the things I will be
Because the
requiring.
last time it was closed down, there was problems.
There was problems in it. I'd like to see that if you're gonna close it down, you're gonna close it down for the day and you fill the hole back in
Yeah.
at night.
Whichever the trustees decide, and that's what I told them, it's up to you being the board.
Yeah.
I told them I have nothing to say on this.
And if they're not gonna, they gotta have somebody there.
Yes.
You gotta end up calling our guys in to say they don't, they're gonna get the bill for it.
No, I agree with you, and I believe the gentleman will probably, if we do allow them for a short bit of time, I think he will put his guy there, because that'd be one of the requirements I will tell him that he has to do in order to get it done.
Yeah, this came up this morning, that's why we haven't done any legwork on it yet.
He probably talked to you just
So what they're
before
doing
me.
there is they have to pour columns all the way down the roadside from the back of the building all the way out to the street.
That, yeah.
So anybody that's familiar with that is it's digging, forming, pouring, and then letting it set and cure. So it's not
A
I
necessary
don't see
evil,
it
so to
being a
speak.
one-day thing. I see it being a multiple,
Yeah.
for a couple days of closure.
Well, they should be able to dig that and set them and pour them and get that backfilled within, I would imagine, 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I told him, a couple of days.
Couple
the
days,
most,
yeah.
That's what I told him.
They really should have somebody there to make sure that people get out of that road down there if they're gonna do that, so.
If we get all the dates and everything, we're just saying, I could put it on the website, put it out.
We can try, I know Tommy started looking at and actually owns the land on the backside of the reservoir, to possibly widen it. We're starting looking into that, to maybe make two-way for a short amount of time.
Okay.
So, like I said, this all came about today, just preliminary, but I wanted to mention it since it's a big impact. This is not a small impact. So Podgy Terrace, the football season, that came up again. I'm believing that we're gonna make it, get away from the no parking on one.
That's, Ian, that's something with,
Yeah, you and I talked
Yep.
briefly about that. Being discussed.
Okay, yeah.
Are we looking into repealing it if it's on the books? Or parking on the west side of that street?
Well, there's a number of factors that are gonna go into that, so yes.
Okay.
Other than that, again, we got approached today about the Thanksgiving parade. We'll put a truck in that like we did last year. And if we're keying off of the same thing we have been for the last few years, Saturday night into Sundays, the time change again. Just want to remind everybody of that. You get an extra hour of sleep if you want.
Joe, we had a rec meeting last night, and I guess John was gonna reach out to you for some things for the parade, and I guess he did that already?
He talked to me this morning.
Okay, good. Thanks.
All right, fire.
all right. We have had, for September, 4 gas calls, 16 automatic fire alarms, 7 fires, 5 miscellaneous, 5 motor vehicle accidents, so for a total of 39 calls. As we approach the fall, just a friendly reminder before home heating season starts to make sure that your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors are working order and they have fresh batteries. And as always, they're looking for members in both firehouses. Stop down on Monday night around 6 p.m. to join. And again, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to email jfreer@wappingersfallsny.gov. I also want to thank the police and the fire for the hasty response. I had a false alarm in the garage. We were bug bombing, set off all the fire alarms and made a scene. So I want to thank all of them for their fast response. I appreciate it.
All right, building.
And Matt's there with the building inspector. This is the building department report for the October meeting. New permits, we have 28. Permits closed, 21. Permits expiring, 35. We sent out 14 violations, and we had 6 complaints. And fees that were issued were $23,819.40.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Max.
You should be his clerk. Shorten my list.
Mayor, anything on the lake?
I have nothing for this.
On safety, we have scheduled with Bravo, firefighter Bravo from Gardner Engine Company to do a display and show the employees how to operate fire extinguishers. Very important. We've done it in the past. It's in the parking lot. Then we'll come in here and he's got some visual films he's going to show the employees. And that'll be the safety thing for this month. As I said in previous months, we're going to start getting back into it again now this fall, and we're going to have some unannounced inspections of the different facilities in the village. Probably start one in November.
What day?
On security, not the highway department.
Oh, unannounced, that's right.
We're gonna use those fire extinguishers on that.
On security, I went to the police station and got my lanyard and badge, and I got my ID card. I would encourage all of your employees, all the employees, right? All the employees to make an appointment with Commissioner.
We'll go together.
He has a machine and he prints it right out for you, and it's a pretty quick process. That's it for safety and security. Recreation.
Recreation, we got a couple things. Ryan, you may know a little bit more about this one than me. Cindy Latino had come in to rec yesterday, and she wanted to find out.
Oh, the wreaths, right?
Refurbishing the wreaths, so she came to our rec meeting last night, and she was gonna get some prices, and we were trying to figure out if we could use restricted funds to redo them. There's like 30 of them, you know which ones I'm talking about?
Yeah, I would think that if it goes into the park, this is where my head's at. I mean, it's a park asset, right? It's only used in the parks?
No.
No, it's used on Main Street.
Oh,
but
oh.
But it's kind of part of the annual decorating of the village every year, which is,
I don't think we can use restricted funds for that because it's not going towards a park itself. I would have to defer to Ian for that.
But you can buy benches and garbage cans.
Because they're going into the parks. If you can, I mean, if we are allowed to do it, I have no problem with doing that.
Okay, yeah, I just, yeah.
That's,
I don't know.
I would just have to research more into that. If not, do we not have a line for them in the budget?
There's 30 of them, and they're 30 years old. They've been refurbished a couple times, and they're getting to a point where they're bad.
Ragged.
So either we don't put them up and we gotta buy new ones, or we refurbish the ones that are there.
Do you have a ballpark?
I don't. She was supposed to come tonight, but she may have not gotten the prices, so
Okay.
that could be the reason why she's not here.
I
don't know, but I don't know if they're gonna get it done in time anyway, because they gotta be hung in two weeks.
Yeah, we also have to take down we have to start taking down those hometown hero banners.
I have, Town of Poughkeepsie is gonna come help us, after the next holiday. They're taking theirs down, and as soon as they're done with that, they're gonna give us a day.
Perfect.
I got a day with them because they're in leaf season too, so that's.
Yeah, I get you. If that is the case, I'll talk with Cindy.
Okay.
And we'll get pricing on that, and I would like to talk to the attorney to see if that is something that it would be allowed with.
Okay. Second,
Yeah.
Who's hanging them?
I believe we have that guy that hung them in the past that's gonna do it again for us this year. I'm
Did
sure.
anybody contact him?
No.
So,
Contact him.
okay, well, she talked about that yesterday, and I thought she said he was gonna do it,
Okay.
but I'm not positive.
None of us contacted him. That could have been, she could have, very well may have.
Yeah, no,
Right,
he's a
well-
nice guy. He
Yeah.
definitely does a lot for the village, so,
Yeah, so
but definitely contact him because he gets busy, you know?
If you talk to Sydney, just ask her again. We did talk about that yesterday, but I kind of forgot what she said about that.
Okay.
And the next thing is Charlie resigned for chairman, so we need to make Carmen Calderon the chair, and then Jessica King will be the co-chair. So I guess we need to make a motion to do that. Can we make a motion to do that?
We can make a motion to do that.
It's basically, they're already there, they're just moving up to the positions. So can
Okay.
I make that motion to make them that?
I would second that motion.
Okay. So that's that, and then,
Got to vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
okay, The next thing is I also want to thank all the people who helped with this event. There was a lot of people that helped with this last event. The entire rec committee, of course. Garner Firehouse was there, Village Police Department, the dispatchers were there, our highway department was there. Jimmy Baisley went and got all the pumpkins and corn stalks all the way out to Connecticut for us and got them at cost. Trustee Shimento was there helping with the parade, and he got a bunch of Ketchum students to come help, which was really great.
I definitely want to give them a shout out.
Yeah, they've been, this is 2 times in a row, and we would love to have them back again. They were great.
They're awesome, and they're always looking for community
Yeah.
service opportunities. So
And they were really good.
yeah,
Really good.
really appreciate it. We'll hire them as constables.
Okay. And then we had a couple Village Hall staff, Anne Marie and Heather came and gave out candy. So it was a good turnout. A lot of people helped, and it's nice to see that everybody's getting involved. So that's it. Oh no, actually we're getting ready for the light parade. So anybody that wants to be in the parade, I'm trying to find Santa, Mrs. Claus.
I think you did.
We did.
Did you hear that, Donnie?
Are you confirmed? Is that confirmed? Yes.
Yeah.
Now we need the transportation center. We got that too?
Yeah.
Unless they want to bring them in on a dump truck, but I don't think we want to do that. Okay, so that's it for right now. That's it.
Okay, court, trustee Vanka.
Criminal cases, 77, V&T, 68, civil, 5, fines collected, 10,248, and we already discussed the fact that we need constables to, because the constables are not just gonna be the court, they're also gonna be able to write summonses. So they're dual, parking summonses too, right. And that's-
Cobbler Building, trustee.
I'm still waiting for the engineer's report to find out what we need to do with that building to get it up and running.
I did talk to Todd about that. He had his father had.
Yes, I know.
So
That's why I wasn't pushing the issue, yeah.
maybe we could catch him at the water board meeting.
Yeah.
And ask him.
Yeah,
But
I know.
He did say it was ready.
Yeah, he's been going through it, so.
Beth Devine would like to address the board about the homestead.
It's really not about
Yeah, it's not about the homestead.
My name is Beth Devine. I am, do I need to do this, Dan? President of the Wappingers Historical Society. The Society's mission is to preserve and promote the history of the town of Wappinger, the village of Wappingers Falls, and the neighboring communities. So besides the history of these areas, we're also concerned about preserving and saving the historic structures. And one such building is what we now know as the boathouse. The boathouse, originally known as the Box Factory, was built in 1870 for the construction of wooden shipping containers for the calico fabric that was being produced at the Garner Print Works and the Duchess Bleachery. And by the way, just so you know, a little tidbit, the Garner Print Works was the first calico fabric printing company in the United States. So, little tidbit. So the lumber arrived on barges from the Hudson and then down the Wappingers Creek to this building. The boxes, the lumber was made into these boxes that were 4 feet by 3 feet and 2 feet deep. Once they were built, they were brought down to the factories, they were loaded, then brought back down through the creek to the Hudson River, where they were sent down to New York City and further afield. So, this building was very important to the fabric industry as it was to the village as the village was growing. But in 1955, the bleachery closed its doors, and in 1958, the box factory was sold to the village, and it was used as the highway garage. And around 2014, the village relocated the highway garage, and a grant was obtained, and the building was renamed the Lower Creek Community Boathouse for nature and boating programs to be shared by the village and town of Wappingers and Poughkeepsie. The building was never used as a boathouse. There is no history of it being used as a boathouse. There's even a sign on the building that was part of that walking tour of the village that has facts about the box factory. So, the Historical Society would like to ask that the name goes back to the original name, the Box Factory. The Box Factory, and from now on, instead of the boathouse, being referred to as the Box Factory. And I don't know if this needs a resolution or it just needs to go in the minutes, but we would like to somehow make it official, that it is from now on referred to as what it was always, the Box Factory. It has absolutely no meaning as the boathouse. And that name has just been around for 10 years or so. And I think it's always hard to change when people are used to saying things, but
I think it was changed, I think, correct me wrong if I'm wrong, but they named it the boathouse in the recreation area for something to do with the grant.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
I think we have to check with the grant, make sure we can do that, or check with Ian, right?
I mean,
oh, come on
I'm
now.
not familiar with the provisions of the grant, but it's something that the board can take under advisement at this time and look into,
Yeah.
you know, the implications of changing the name.
Wow. Okay, so you will look into that? Because I really would, any,
It makes sense to put it back to that.
But we just have to make sure that the grant doesn't
If they come
prohibit
back and
us from
say,
doing
oh, well,
that.
you're not using it as a boathouse, and that, like you said, it's never been used as a boathouse, but it's been referred to as that, I wouldn't mind it changing back to the Box Factory. If it has no implications, then I'm fine.
who's gonna know? Well, I don't know. I mean, it is.
Everyone here.
Anybody watching?
But it's never been a boathouse. That's what I'm trying to.
Yes, but the grant, I believe, was gotten as, so that we could use it for boats and kayaks, etc. So as long as we're not doing anything against the grant, then I don't have any objection. You know, I don't think we have any objection, but that's something our attorney's gonna have to check into.
Whatever information you have on it, if you could submit it as well, that would be helpful.
On the boathouse?
Yeah, the information that you just read or had.
You want that?
Or the box.
Box factory? I mean, like this? Do you want what I just said?
If that's a copy I can have, sure.
Thank you.
We would like to be able to refer to it as the Box Factory.
Oh, yeah. You can refer
Our
to it as
upcoming
that.
events that we will be having.
Right. We can refer to it as that, I'm sure. To officially change the name on documentation, that's a different story. But we can refer to it casually as the Box Factory. That's something that we change as,
So if everybody here just calls it.
the Box Factory, then
So that everybody knows when you refer to that.
you could call it that old brick building on Arctic Street if you'd like, but, you know. But yes,
It'd be nice to get a sign and some information on it posted on the side of the building.
it does, it has,
There is
it
one.
has the box, it says the Box
A
Factory
bigger sign that shows that too.
in neon.
No. A nice sign.
All right, I'll see what I can do about that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now Cindy's here if you wanna go back to that.
Oh, yes, the wreaths. Just revisiting.
Thank you, I couldn't think of this until 7.
My name is Cindy Latino. I live at 14 Adams Street, which is in the town of Wappingers, but I have a small portion of my lot in the village as well. And for many years I was involved with the village with recreation. Predominantly I was involved with the Business Association, and we purchased these lights about 35 years ago, the wreaths that we put up every year. Probably about 5 years ago, we made the decision to turn them over to the village, basically because we were storing them down at the Market Street Industrial Park, and I think we had overstayed our welcome with Jack. So that's, and with the, what are we calling it now?
Box Factory.
Box Factory, okay. Had some space in it that I thought would be a good place for us to be able to relocate that storage to, because they're hung on racks. If you've ever been down there, you can see them, they're hung on big racks. So it was an easy move for us to to bring and put over there. So I brought along some pictures. So I'm telling you, they're over 35 years old. We did in 2011, we decided we really needed to start doing some refurbishing on them. So at that point in time, the Business Association went out and did a fundraiser with the intent that we would buy the necessary supplies to have on hand and then start a program of refurbishing 5 a year. And then we would intersperse them with the ones that weren't done so that it wouldn't be such a, a dramatic effect, but it would go. I brought some pictures so you could see what they looked like after we refurbished them the last time.
Thank you.
They are a true treasure because they are unique only to the village of Wappingers Falls. No one else has those.
Yeah, this is after they were refurbished.
This is after they were refurbished. Okay? What we did at that point in time was originally, it was all white lights around the wreath, and we switched it out and did an alternate with red and white, which kind of made it pop a little bit more. We switched out to LED lights at that time, which is really early in the game, to try and cut down on the cost of what it costs to do it and stuff, cost with the lighting and stuff. And so we did that. So move ahead to, I think it was in 2020 that Kevin, do you remember when we gave them to the village? We turned them over to the village.
Like 2020, 2021, something.
Yeah, something like that, okay. So they've been down in the boathouse. They're hanging down the boathouse.
Box Factory.
The box factory, sorry. The box factory, the box factory. It's okay, I still refer to Market Street as the bleachers, so I understand. And we have had material that we could, and we here and there, would spruce them up. So if something needed really needed a new bow, we put it on because we still had that. At this point in time, we've depleted all of the stuff that we had in stock. So I went to the rec meeting last night to bring up the fact that, they really need to be, done. They really do. And in the hopes that, us keeping up with this kind of a maintenance will give us another 30 years. And I think we could actually really achieve that. The difference between doing them this time and the last time was the garland was pretty well still intact. It wasn't, it hadn't kind of fallen off and all that kind of. Now they're looking pretty, pretty shabby. And go ahead.
Which part is the garland?
The garland's the green around the outside. Now that's what it looked like. If you look at it now, it's kind of like if you've had an artificial tree and you've had it for many years. After a while, those needles they shed, So that needs, on a good many of them, that's going to need to be replaced along with the lights and stuff like that.
So do you have a ballpark?
I do have a ballpark.
On the high end?
You want me to go on the high end?
High end.
On the high end, I'll say it would cost us probably $400 a wreath.
And we have 30?
We have 30 of them.
Okay.
We also have some angels, which don't really need to be, except that Jim Teeling, who we've used for many, many years to put them up and stuff, really takes care of these things. And there might be some rewiring that needs to be done on those angels, because I know we've shorted them out a couple times. We have 4 that we usually put on the bridge, and then there's, I believe we have 3 or 4 really large ones that we scattered around where the churches used to be in the village. So you saw one down by the Baptist church, you saw one at the corner here by Zion, there was one up by St. Mary's, and I forget where we threw the other one up at one point in time.
4 of them, you said?
And I think we still have 4 of them. One might be completely shot and beyond,
And for the refurbishing, we need to refurbish all 30 units? Or
Yeah, well, over the next couple of years, I'm going to suggest, not this
okay,
year,
all right.
but I'm going to say, buy what you need to have, and then you have that in place so that you're setting up a plan that every year you're going to be doing 5 of them. Okay, and that cycle keeps going.
All right.
And you know what you need and stuff.
Have you looked into replacement, how much that would cost? Lots, okay.
Lots of money, lots of
I'm
money.
just thinking if we have to put 400 per wreath in every 4 or 5 years, it may be cost effective to buy just a new ones. Yeah.
You'll never find anything like these.
Right.
And to recreate, I will be honest with you and tell you that the company that we bought them from, and we still continue to use that company for the banner program for the veterans. I would say probably every 2 years, I would get a call from our initial salesman who said, you know, somebody's interested in buying your lights. And I was like, no, they're not for sale. You know, I would, at this point in time, I'm going to say, you know, to replace each one would cost you somewhere in the neighborhood of probably $3,000 a piece, easily, easily. So they're huge.
Yeah.
They're really big. And, you know, the way we hang them is custom.
Yeah.
Because that was something that, you know, Jack Fedigan, we had designed and stuff, rather than buy the lightweight brackets, those brackets that we hang them on those posts with, they are heavy, they were custom made.
No, I enjoy them when I come through the.
It's beautiful, it's beautiful. And I think if, you know, you talk to anybody, you know, everybody will always say that, you know, they're absolutely gorgeous, they really are. And they're a statement about the village, they really are. And, you know, it's something that, you know, I was involved with many, many years, and I'd like to see continued, really continued. So what I'm coming here tonight to, and I don't know if, Donnie, if you said anything at the time, that we had a conversation last night, and we talked about maybe tapping into the restricted recreation funds.
We briefly spoke about it. We're going to consult with Ian to see if that's even allowed.
Okay.
Because those funds are saved specifically for park improvements.
Mm-hmm.
It's called recreation, but it has to go to
Right.
improving a park, like the flagpole at Darrigan Park. That was something that can come
Right.
out the garbage cans.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to look into that and see if it's something
Mm-hmm.
we can do. I'm not totally sure, but I know recreation itself has a line. We can probably find money for it, but I don't know for all 30 units.
Okay.
So I would like to aim at most half of them and get us on a good foot.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I mean, just to buy the
Right.
stuff and have it, I'm saying we wouldn't do half of them this year. There's no way. I mean,
Right, and that's-
we're like,
for-
you know,
for
a
30
month out. There's no way. It takes a good, I think it took us about an hour, and that was not doing the garland, because it didn't need to be done.
the green stuff.
The green stuff. The green stuff.
One suggestion I'd like to make, that if there is any money left at the end of this budget in recreation, that we keep that and allow it to roll over to next year if we can do something like that.
Mhm.
Put it towards,
Mhm.
so maybe between this budget and next budget, we can get some of them done.
Right.
Mhm.
And maybe we can do fundraisers too,
Right.
if we can't use the restricted funds. 'Cause
I mean, we were really successful with a fundraiser when I did it through the business association. I mean, and we were able to cover the cost of what it cost us to buy the supplies and stuff. We were able to do it.
I for one would donate towards that. So,
Call it refurbishing.
yes. There you go.
I was going to pull up because I have it on file, the ad that we put out for it, and it was, we referred to them as restoring the voluptuousness of our, our Christmas wreath.
I like Ryan's.
Yeah, it's a-
Refurbishing.
yeah. So anyway, but, you know, I wanted to see if this was an option. I don't think that, you know, even if you guys, you know, we probably could do, if you had the money to get some supplies, we could probably do like 3 to 5 of them this
Right,
year.
and that's like, if we all want to get on, if they all want to get fixed out, it's 12,000, right? But then, if we do what you're saying, do 5 a year,
Yeah.
it's a lot more manageable than just one.
It is, and you know, but it's buying the supplies sometimes, because, you know, I was looking at the cost differential. So it cost us the last time to do it without the garland, it cost me $140 a wreath.
Okay.
To buy the supplies that we needed to switch in. Now, granted, we switched out all of the light bulbs on the wreaths and stuff to LED lights, so that was a big expense at that point in time. You know, they don't necessarily all need to be changed at this point in time. You know, every year we've had, you know, bulbs that we've just, you know, we switched out as they, you know, aren't lighting and stuff like that. But the other pricey thing in it too is the bows that are on them, the big red bows that are on them. Believe it or not, they are unbelievably expensive. I mean, they're close to $100 a piece. They're almost close. So yeah, but they last a long time. I mean, they do last a long time. So they weren't something that we really had to do stuff. And you know, but you know, I think it's an important thing in the, you know, for our village to have these. It is something that is very uniquely the Village of Wappingers Falls.
Do you
No.
know who refurbished them last time we did it? The same person that's gonna do it this
Jim
time?
Teeling.
So at some point-
I haven't no.
At some point in
Yeah.
time, it's gonna be hard to get somebody to do these.
It's, I'll be honest with you, it's not a hard thing to do. I mean, any kind of a crafty person, it's, if there's electrical stuff that is involved, then that's definitely something that, you need an electrician that's going to be able to rewire it or whatever. So that Jim does that, but I think you have a village electrician under contract, don't you? I'm sure he would be able to do that kind of work, if we needed to have something replaced. The other thing that I wanted to bring up too was, as the years have gone on, we have electrified a lot of those poles. And then as those poles got taken down and replaced, Central Hutchins did not replace those sockets that we plugged those lights into. So that's at the time that we had them done, as we were adding poles and putting them, it was like about $500 a piece. And we initially had the lights. Central Hudson did that for us. But I think they did it for us because Jimmy Komornick, Sr., worked at Central Hudson. I think, they were able to do that as like a community service give back or whatever, that they allowed him the time to do that.
Any of them missing outlets currently?
Oh, yeah. Well, you replaced a bunch up at, on West Main Street. There's got to be 4 or 5. I'm not sure what the library one is at this point. We put one, we used to plug into the library because we didn't have an outlet on that. And then we installed one, but I don't know what happened with that. I don't know if that one isn't there anymore or whatever, too. So I think, but I have to go back and look at my list. I'll be honest, I was scrambling today. I had to work all day, but I was scrambling trying to pull together, where I knew we had lit poles and stuff. We, at one point in time, decided to spread out the wreaths a bit, because it used to be that they just came down Main Street. And then we decided, well, we'll branch out down South Avenue a little bit too. So we did electrify. There's a couple of poles going down South Avenue. Like there's one in front of, I know there's one in front of Village Hall here. There's a couple going down that way. But that, that would be nice. We also have, we have Christmas banners, holiday banners, that we intersperse with them as well, so we could kind of mix it up. How we did it every year, so that wasn't identical every year. It was, we had a little bit of character to it, different.
And the other question is the person going to hang them for us this year? Was that?
That's Jim Teeling.
He's going to do that?
I'm hoping he will do that.
Tommy
I'm working on it. Did you guys do it? You guys didn't do it last year.
No,
Jim
no, we worked with him.
Yeah.
So we'll load them up in our trucks,
Right,
get
and
them
you
out
just
there,
put-
direct
you put
traffic,
them out
and
where we want them. Yeah.
exactly, and he'll
Yeah.
come and pop them up when
Yeah.
he can. But if I was you, I'd get a hold of him as soon as you can.
I have him on speed dial right now. I call him to talk to him and stuff. I will tell you that he is extremely efficient. Really efficient at what he does. I mean, he's done it for years and years for us, and always appreciate, how he has done that for us and everything. So any other questions that I could answer for you about these? I'll leave you with the pictures. Just call me, and what I will do over the next week or so is try to pull together a little firmer price on those things. But I mean, I was highballing
Pine
it.
cones, there's a bunch of Messier Park.
I don't think we have pine cones on them. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's pine cones on them.
No, just the
Yeah, it's just the basic garland.
the little orange.
The ornaments, the little red, the red ornaments. I mean, those need to be. They're not expensive to get.
Where do you buy all that supplies? Where do you buy
They came from Riley's. Yeah, and actually, it might be better if you guys can come up with a game plan. Maybe we don't do it for this season, but if we are committed to doing it for next year, because it does take a while to get them done and stuff like that. They have a huge sale in the springtime. So that's what we took advantage of, was they have a sale right after after Christmas. Usually it starts in February.
Get them to give us a price on the materials for all of them, and buy it if they're trying to get or whatever they're trying to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Yeah,
a good idea to do.
I can do that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because even if we had the materials here, we couldn't do half the battles get the materials.
Yeah.
So look into that maybe for the spring.
So
Thank you.
I'm just trying to feel you out though. So you're saying to me that you are, but bottom line is, can Jim still put them up this year?
Oh.
I mean, because there, you know,
Yeah, I have
okay, because
contact.
there was an issue with the banners, you know, the veterans banners, so I just want to make sure,
No, yeah,
you know,
he's-
because it is something that, you know, it takes a particular talent to get them up there and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's
No.
a non-issue.
Okay, all right, good. Thank you for your time,
Thank
greatly
you.
appreciate it, and I will be in touch with you guys.
Thank you for your
Yes,
help.
Please. John, I have one more thing to add, I'm sorry, under safety. So we got pricing for a traffic study on East Main Street, specifically looking at the intersection of Messier in East Main and Remsen in East Main. And the pricing of the traffic study is gonna look upwards of $10,000 to see what a feasible option is for slowing down traffic. If we could put that on discussion for November, and we can talk as a board about it and see what our options are, just so we get the ball rolling on that one.
Did you get the numbers we sent?
I'm sorry?
Did you get the numbers we sent?
Did get the numbers that we sent, or that you sent, but it's just. I appreciate the numbers and everything. We found out that most people weren't speeding on East Main. But still, we have people complaining about it, so it's worth looking into, just have everyone's peace of mind. So, if we can put that on the agenda, just as a discussion, and we'll go from there.
Yep, I got it.
Thanks.
Okay, Tri-Muni is still pretty much the same. There's a moratorium on folks hooking into the sewer system, the tri-municipal sewer system, without special approval. And that moratorium is holding up a lot of single-family buildings as well as major developments. There is a lot of volume of illicit discharge going into the system, which is driving the capacity way up and way over at Tri-Muni, especially on a major rain event. So, special thanks to our building inspector who has taken on the responsibility that while he's in somebody's basement inspecting a water heater or a furnace or whatever, and he happens to spot a sump pump with a hose going into the sewer pipe, that's a no-no. You get a violation for that. And I know that's happening in our village. We're on TV right now. I would encourage the residents of Wappingers Falls to check their sump pumps to see where the water is actually going. You may or may not know it should be going outside or down the street into a storm drain, not into the sewer pipe. That's it.
While you're on tri-municipal, I was told, and you might know this number, that in the past so many years, we've only went over our daily allowed usage tri-municipal 34 times. And I believe that was in quite a few years. And if our allotment for the year of water going to that plant, we are not over our usage. Correct?
That is true, but the plant's at its capacity.
That's not what
so
but that's not what I'm saying.
I'm not arguing
If we're allowed X amount, and we're not going over X amount, and we've only went over our daily usage 34 times in 3 years, we're not in a violation. Just because their plant's not designed right, why should we have to foot the bill because they didn't design their plant right? Number two, Todd said that at that meeting, they said they can't tell us that we can't tie into our sewers. They don't have the authority to do that. Am I correct on that?
That I don't know about that. I'm not going to get involved with that type of.
Our engineer said that they admitted that they don't have the right to do that. DEC shut them down. Did they shut us down? Is the question. No. So we have people sitting here and waiting. We're not over our daily usage or our yearly usage. We're paying our bills, and these people are being held up for development because their design is wrong. And then they're going to try to put us with the bill. I just want the public to know that. And I believe I'm correct on what I'm saying.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay.
Well, that's a different subject altogether. But anyway, if there's an illicit discharge going on within our village,
It just
we
gives
should
us
not
more
allow it,
room.
whether we're over capacity or not.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, we're not capacity.
We have a prognosis on when this issue is gonna get resolved?
No, not at the moment.
They have to redo the plans, which is gonna cost $54 million. And they're looking to get some kind of grant or some kind of funding.
Yeah, and they want us to sign on to that loan.
Yeah.
Which I don't agree with.
They want us to be the share, really the holder of the loan.
No. But I'm also told that the design is a flawed design, and this is agreed to by multiple people, which I'm trying to get the answer to. But,
Jay Baves.
I mean, this is ridiculous. These people are being held up with their projects, but we're not over capacity.
Right.
Well, that's true, and there are folks that attend our meetings monthly, contractors, supervisors, and they kick the can down the road, and it's just not going anywhere.
Well, the trouble is, I'm not sure any municipality of the three is above our design, but the plant's not handling it. So,
But tell me if that makes any sense. If everybody's under their allocated number, you've been given that allocation of that usage, but yet that plant can't handle it, well, why did they give that usage? Am I saying this wrong?
you're not saying it wrong, but if the plant is backing up, that's why there's a moratorium on additions, is because the plant can't handle what it's getting.
I understand. I get it, but again, if we're allowed a certain amount of usage and we're not going over that, who are they to tell us we can't?
Well,
Why
I think
should
it's
we foot the bill?
their management that they have to, like, that's why the moratorium's on there. It's not necessarily to punish us, it's so they can get their ducks in a row, I would think, right? I mean,
But it is punishing us because we technically are not doing anything wrong.
correct. I agree with you.
We're losing tax revenue, we're losing all kinds of revenue because of this.
There's a number of issues going on with regards to Tri-Muni. There's a number of agreements that are out there. I've only just been brought into the situation, but there are a number of legal issues that need to be determined to answer the questions that are being asked.
Okay, that concludes all the reports. I'd like to remind the managers to give me your reports, your written reports, so I can put them in my 3-ring binder at the Village Hall.
Anything else?
I got yours.
I wrote all over mine.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Carried. Commissioner,
You guys don't need me, right?
you are good. You are good.
Oh,